morning sabbing? I mean, what time did you start, for example?
Well, the hunts normally started, I think, around about 10. It might have been 11. It was usually at a pub. I think at the time, way back in the 1970s, they used to advertise where they were going to meet, so it's quite easy to find out.
Yeah, they soon stopped that, though, didn't they?
Yeah, and we probably have to start off, perhaps an hour or two before that to get to where the hunt was meeting.
Because we used to do a lot of pre-spraying. Did you not do that?
I think we did. We did sometimes, yes, on like a Thursday evening, and I'd phone up the local SABs and find out who could come, and I think a lot of it depended on what time they were available, whether they'd be available early enough to go and do the.
Yeah, I remember going around Liverpool knocking people up.
That stuff, yeah.
If you talk about pre-spraying, so I mean, we were doing the Essex at the time, and because we had an infiltrator into the hunt, we had one of their meat cards, and we knew where they were going. And as soon as you saw the name of the meat, you knew exactly the route that they were gonna go, which is why I was able to do it myself on a bike, because you knew that they would go to this cover. Cover is a hunting term for wood. They go to that cover and then that cover and then that cover. So we used to go to those and spray them systematically. So whenever the hounds were entered into a cover, they would get an alternative scent to the fox. So we used to use something called Bob Martin's, right, Ronnie?
It's called Anti-Mate, and basically
I was going to say Bob Martin is a make still of like
it's a brand,
worm powder, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a brand.
Yeah.
And it was like a spray. It was kind of aerosol
they were
spray.
put under loads of pressure by the hunts to stop reducing.
Basically, I think the main ingredient of it was lemongrass.
Right.
It's very strongly smelling, like kind of herbal scent.
Well, the clue is also in the name. It was to put around the private parts of female.
Well, it was
dogs.
on their. You'd spray it on their lower back of a female dog.
So they'd already potentially made sure that it was strong enough to affect the dog's sense of smell.
That's right, yes. So the male dog wouldn't smell that the female was on heat.
So we would do a pre-spray, and the best weather for a pre-spray was kind of fairly cold, misty. When you would spray, the anti-mate would just kind of hover in the bushes and, hover almost like a nose height for the hounds. In Liverpool, at least, anti-mate got quite rare, and I don't know whether that was because they were trying to put restrictions in as a result of pressure from the hunt, but it became quite rare. And so we started to experiment with other things. Like, for example, we had a big barrel full of garlic. We would kind of let it rot for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then we would turn up at the meat, and this was a real dangerous thing to do, of course, turn up at the meat in a transit van, open the back doors, and then just kind of tip the barrel over so all the garlic went crashing into the car park where all the hounds were, right? And so they couldn't kind of smell anything for ages then after that.
Yeah, we sometimes used to make our own. It was kind of quite similar to the Anti-Mate, only it was like a homemade version that we'd make sometimes. I think really because it was cheaper, you could use like a big garden sprayer to spray it rather than a small spray can.
Would you say that citronella or lemongrass are potentially the more potent smell? Because I don't know. I mean, now that you've said it, lemongrass makes a whole bunch of sense, but I've never known anyone use anything.
Yeah, citronella was the main ingredient.
Citronella, that's right. It's similar
Andy,
thing.
where's this sound pollution coming from?
I don't know, what is it?
It's almost like it's like everybody's underwater for me. It's got all these bubbling sounds. You two can't hear it, no?
I can hear it.